Here in Ireland, Cork, as in County Cork, is known locally as the Rebel County. And here's why. Alright, are we on? We are. Okay, County Cork, yes, the Rebel County. That's what it's known as, and has been known as that for a long time. And there was a reason for that. County Cork, throughout the 700 odd years, we were let's say tied to the British Empire, as in under the British Empire, in the British Empire, through no fault of our own and not of our own making or wishes. We were there anyway for 700 odd years, and there was constantly rebellions and revolts and all kinds of stuff going on that the Crown didn't like. Now, a lot of that stuff happened in County Cork. Here's why. Check this out. This is what I'm talking about. That's County Cork there. You see it on the map. Geography lesson, page 1, chapter 1, the Rebel County, County Cork. It's on the bottom there. You see, right in the bottom there, the green bit. That's it. Now, a lot of rebel activity, and basically, trying to kind of upset the Crown forces in any way possible happened in County Cork, because it's kind of it's a bit out of the way, as it's fairly far from Dublin. It's a kind of a rural type landscape. There was a lot of activity, a lot of chance for activity, for ambushes and just general mayhem. And the people down there, the men down there, the women down there, the kids down there, they had this kind of protest spirit. And it seemed to be a thing that carried through the continuation of the occupation, the hundreds of years, the centuries, or whatever. Anyway, and of course Michael Collins, very famous. In fact, there's a film about him there recently enough. Michael Collins, one of the architects, if you like, of the modern Irish state, the modern Irish Republic. He was a Cork man, and he again, famous for creating his own mayhem, which led in the end to the establishment of the modern Irish state. Okay, so what's all this got to do with anything, right? This is not the History Channel. This is not the Geography Channel. Well, I'm going to tell you, recently in Ireland, we have the increasing encroachment of the nanny state and the nanny staters. They have brought in a new law at the start of this year. It's on the books for a while, but I don't think they were a bit kind of shady about bringing it in, because they didn't know how it would go. Always these things start with the pearl clutcher saying, we have a massive problem here. We have a terrible problem here. What can we do? We need to do something. So then they do something. And even if that something is a load of old tosh and isn't going to really work, they just want to be at something. They want to be doing something, so they can then go and say, listen, we did something, even if the thing had no effect or actually made a thing worse. So what they did was, the pearl clutchers, the nanny staters, had decided that this image of Ireland as a nation of drinkers and consumers of alcohol, a terrible thing, terrible image, a terrible legacy. We don't want that anymore. We have to do what we can to cut that down. The Irish are getting out of hand, out of control, drinking too much. It's an absolute calamity. So what they decided they would do is that they would bring in a minimum price for alcohol, a minimum unit price for alcohol. Because you could go into your local, I don't know, shop, supermarkets, Lidl, Aldi, whatever, and Tesco, and they'd have kind of a range of say cheaper wine, and they'd have promotions going on, especially around Christmas or holidays or whatever, of these what they call slabs of beer, which is, I think it's 24 cans. Jesus, my day was 6 packs. Now we're buying them in 24s. So, well, that's progress for you. So what they decided was they wanted to do away with all that. So they wanted to get rid of all this cheap alcohol in the system. And they decided, right, well, we'll just make it the law that no shop, no retailer can sell alcohol, be it beer, be it vodka, be it wine, whatever it is. You can't sell it for below a certain price point. That's going to be the law. So you can't have promotions, you can't have a 2-for-1, you can't have a whatever it might be. Now, usually these things are just a cash grab for the exchequer, for the revenue, as in, when is a tax not a tax? When it's public safety, or when it's health and safety, or when it's in some way a health issue, then it's not really a tax at all, even though it's a tax. It's then classed as, no, we're just doing this for your own good, to help you. The fact that we're gaining a lot of tax out of it is irrelevant, when in fact it's the most relevant. Anyway, they said on this occasion, no, it's not that. We're not taking any more tax revenue out of this, which is the truth, actually. The retailer is going to get the extra profit. So it's not going to the government. We're doing this for your own good. And they probably figured, right, well, we'll get the retailers on board because we're essentially forcing them to make more profit. So everybody wins. Well, of course, the person who used to buy the €5 bottle of wine isn't winning. So anyway, let's have a look into it and see why this relates to County Cork and why it just reinforces the legend of Cork as the rebel county, right now, and Corkonians as legends. Right, so let's hop over to the Irish Sun here for a start. Bad spirits, says the Irish Sun, Fanula Walsh. Minimum alcohol pricing. We break down what law change means for your favourite booze. Now, right, okay. New alcohol pricing rules brought into force this week mean that slabs of cans that were being sold for €18 have now doubled in price to at least $39.77. That's the new minimum price. It's now illegal to sell them for less than that by law. Ireland is now one of only a small number of countries in the world to introduce minimum unit pricing on retail alcohol sales, with huge hikes in prices for some of our favourite tipples. Now, if we're one of only a small number of countries to be at this, there's probably a good reason for it, as in, it probably doesn't work. Now, the proof of the pudding, of course, will come over time when we see the actual stats come out. I may be proved wrong. I personally think this isn't going to work. It's just the powers that be, the pearl clutchers, the nanny staters, wanting to be at something, wanting to be seen to be at something. So this sounds great, and it probably won't work. Might make things worse. Look, if you're a drinker, a heavy drinker, an alcoholic, whatever, and you have a problem with this stuff, it's not going to make any difference. Your consumption won't change if it goes up a couple of quid. You'll just buy one less litre of milk or one less sliced pan. That's all. That'll be the difference. You'll have less food in the fridge. You'll buy the same if you're hooked on the stuff. That's my simple reckoning. There's a well-stocked shelf there. All right, let's go on. The new pricing will set a floor cost beneath which alcohol cannot legally be sold and will target products that are cheap relative to their strength. The minimum price is determined by the amount of pure alcohol in the drink. The aim is to prevent cheap, strong alcohol from causing harm to young people by being available for, quote, pocket money prices. I assume that's in the government spiel that comes with this. The price hikes are already sending drinks bills skyrocketing, with a slab of 24 cans of Guinness, which was being sold for 18 quid in super value last week, now required to cost at least $39.77. So it's gone from 80 to 40. That's by anybody's metric. That's an increase. Under minimum unit pricing, the lowest price that can be charged for a gram of alcohol is 10 cents. So that's the measure that they're going by. So a grain of alcohol, 10 cents. You can gross that up to whatever the drink is, be it wine or be it I don't know, the strongest whiskey you can get. A standard drink such as a glass of wine, a half pint of lager or a pub measure of spirits all have 10 grams of alcohol in them. The lowest price, therefore, that could be charged for one standard drink now that the law is in operation is €1. I never got a drink for €1 at a pub, I have to say. Right. A typical can of beer now costs around $170 to $180, while a can of stout should set you back just under $170. Alright, so now we have the context. This is where I'm starting the whole thing. Now, let's work on from there. With all that in mind, we go to the Sunday World, and here's where we start to get into rebel territory, because we have a rebel. The rebel spirit is still alive and well. You thought it died out, they tried to kill it, they tried to stamp it out, they tried to eradicate it, but no, the rebel spirit is still alive, it still exists, and it's in County Cork. Right, Sunday World says, give them credit, says the Sunday World. Cork shop bypasses alcohol minimum pricing law with clever credit note hack. What's this all about? Sam's Gala is offering customers a credit note to the value of a case of beer if they purchase €30 worth of plastic cups in store. Check this out, if you will. Check this out. Right, now, this is Sam's Gala in Cork. And you see his promotion there. It's nicely printed out, photocopied or whatever he did with it. Buy 24 plastic glasses for 30 quid and receive a credit note to the value of €47.34. Alright, that's right. Where's he going with this? Let's have a look. Right, so Nasa Comiskey. A Cork shop has found a genius way to bypass Ireland's new minimum unit pricing law. Sam's Gala in Dunmanway, West Cork, that's real, that's even to the rebels, that was even more rebel. That was the ultimate rebel county, part of the county. The West Cork guys, you didn't mess with them. Is offering customers, Sam's Gala is offering customers a credit note to the value of a case of beer if they purchase €30 worth of plastic cups in store, which can then be redeemed in accordance with strict terms and conditions in store. Now, the shop shared a photo of a sign on social media that reads, quote, buy 24 plastic glasses for €30 and receive a €47.34 credit note absolutely free. See in store for terms and conditions. The credit note of €47.34 happens to be the price of a slab of beer or cider. Wouldn't you know it? Just the exact price, which had cost considerably less before the introduction of minimum unit pricing earlier this month. Shop owner, the rebel, Colm O'Sullivan, has received heaps of online and in-store support after introducing the offer, insisting that the credit note is not illegal, as it can be used to buy other items, such as a Hoover or a mop. Right, quote, this is from Colm. I've already been called a hero, asked to run for election, and likened to my Irish hero of all time, Michael Collins. And it's only been 2 hours since the offer was posted. I think he stuck it on Facebook or something. Said Colm on Tuesday evening. You see here now. There you go. That's it in full Technicolor. Right, so you essentially you buy these plastic glasses, which are worth, like, I don't know, half a penny. They're basically crap. You buy this old tat, which is worth nothing, probably worth a Turkish lira, the way that's going these days, or less. So you essentially buy this crap, right, for 30 quid. You hand Colm, the rebel, 30 quid of your hard-earned money. And then he gives you a credit note for €47.34, and he says, right, there's a section over there that you can redeem your credit note for. It just so happens that the section looks like this here, where you have slabs of cans, and by chance they're all valued at €47.34. Now it's not only that. He also does have other things. It's not just slabs of beer. that you can buy with this €47.34. He also has other things you can buy, as in he has a mop and bucket set, a Polish brand I believe, highly sought after, and I think he might have a Hoover. So it's not just about beer. Let nobody think all you can do is just buy beer with it. You can buy house cleaning products. If that's how you'd like to redeem it. It's a very select range that you can use this credit note on, most of which by coincidence happens to be slabs of cans, right? And let's read on. Slabs of beer on said, well, we got the slabs, there you go, 24 cans in a slab for any of you who don't buy slabs. Quote, I haven't sold one single slab of beer all week since the minimum alcohol pricing came into effect, and in 2 hours I've sold 9 slabs and even a mop. So Jesus, somebody bought the mop. There's always one, isn't there? Somebody got the credit, went to the section and bought the mop. It must be a good mop. Let's go on. I suppose, says Colm, it's one way to get rid of all these post-Christmas plastic glasses we have in stock. So we had a load of shite left in the back room, and he thought, yeah, we're not going to shift many of these plastic glasses since Christmas is over. Right, quote from Colm. In the last few months, people were told the price of whiskey and other spirits would increase a lot, and you wouldn't be able to buy a bottle of wine for less than £7. But the huge hike to cans of beer wasn't really mooted in my mind. So you kind of were able to buy wine. Okay, it's kind of into paint stripper territory there, but you could get kind of wine for £5.30, £5.50. That kind of price. Now that's €7. Alright, so it's not going to kill you. You don't like it, but it's not going to kill you. But if you were into buying slabs of cans, suddenly going for £18, from £18 to £40, now that's going to kick you where it hurts. So let's say, Colm says, ahead of the new year, I sat down and studied the legislation and did the maths. I did the maths again because I couldn't believe the astronomical change in the price of a crate of beer from £26 to 47. So he was kind of crunching the numbers there. It's not hard to crunch them numbers. That's Jesus, you're into Weimar Germany inflation there at that rate. Colm goes on to say, as far as I'm concerned, I reread the legislation and I'm not breaking any law in offering a credit note with every sale of 24 plastic glasses. So he's a retailer. He retails whatever way he likes, whatever way he wants, whatever way he thinks will make him money or get him a sale. That's his prerogative as a retailer, as a business person. So he's essentially selling these worthless plastic glasses and giving you a credit note if you buy them. I have strict and lengthy terms and conditions in store, says Colm, the rebel, which have to be adhered to when redeeming the offer. Right, so you kind of get the gist of that. He's some man for one man. There he is there. Good man, Colm, that's the rebel. West Cork store ends loophole offer. You knew this was too good to be true, didn't you? You knew it. You seen this coming. You knew that this had to end in tears. And there he is there. With a slab of Carlsberg. I don't think it's not for himself. He's just probably just bringing it from the stock. He's just restocking because he was probably selling that many slabs. He probably doesn't need to restock the mops and hoovers that much. Well, he did sell one. I'd say that's the only one he sold. So this is where the whole thing comes a cropper. This is where it all falls down. You knew there had to be a logical conclusion to this. So let's see what happened to the rebel. Let's see how the rebellion was quashed, how the revolt was flattened, trampled on. Right, so this is for who's this from? Who are we reading? Oh, the Echo Live, right. West Cork store ends loophole offer. It wasn't illegal. It was perfectly legal. The promotion went viral on social media, but resulted in a phone call from the HSE's Environmental Health Service, which requested the store stop the offer. So, he got the call. And they asked to have a quick word. Let's see what happened here. Roisin Burke, right there. Yeah, we know that's Colm there, the rebel. He runs Sam's Gala in Dunmanway, County Cork, West Cork. West Cork. Don't mess with the West Cork, lads. We got the offer. So the unusual promotion that sought to loophole the minimum unit pricing legislation on alcohol has been stopped, following a call from the HSE's Environmental Health Service. Sorry, Freudian slip. A post on social media by Sam's Gal. I don't know why it's called Sam's. There must have been a Sam somewhere, but it's Colm. Colm O'Sullivan's the man. Who Sam? Maybe Sam was there before him. I don't know. Went viral. It went viral when he was, put it up on Facebook or Twitter or wherever he put it. I don't know where he put it. I didn't see it myself. I just saw all the kerfuffle. We know what the offer was. At the time, a number of items in the store were priced at exactly €47.34, including a vacuum cleaner, very handy, and slabs of beer and cider, such as Bulmers, Budweiser and Carlsberg, also very handy. There you go. There's his grade officer. Terms and conditions apply. See that? So you couldn't just go out and buy sweets with it. There's very select things you could buy with this. There's the plastic glasses. As you can see, 24 of them for 30 quid wouldn't be great value on the face of it. But if you're getting a credit note to the exact price of a slab of beer, yeah, you see how this works. Right. The promotion resulted in a phone call from the HSE's Environmental Health Service, which requested the store to stop the offer. Colm O'Sullivan, who runs the store, said he had sold around 1,920 glasses to customers, and the bulk of customers, around 80 people, used their credit note to obtain slabs of alcohol. Not many areas again. Good man, Colm. Oh, some man for one man. Speaking to the Irish Examiner, Mr. O'Sullivan said, "I don't claim, quote, to be a legal expert, but I did my research and I couldn't see anywhere which said I couldn't do what I did." Because it didn't say anywhere. He got round it, legitimately. However, I have been informed that regardless of what the law on minimum unit pricing says, I have, according to the HSE, who only have your best interests at heart and want to protect you. We just want to protect. According to the HSE, says Colm, it's not kept within the spirit of the law. So it wasn't illegal. No, it was perfectly legal what he did, but it wasn't within the spirit of the law. Yes, and then he goes on to say, I've been asked to stop, and I'm doing that now. So, right, okay. So he was doing the best for the customer, which is what a retailer should be doing. And you'd like to think that's what they do at every opportunity. Do the best for you, get you the cheapest price, get you the best value. That's why you go back to the shop. Now, he then got a call. He then got a call basically from head office saying, "Listen, Colm, can we have a quick word? This little thing of yours, this little promotion of yours, you're kind of making us all look like a bunch of fannies up here. It's not really what it's all about. You're not helping. You're not helping us. You're kind of making us all look like a bunch of ticks. And we'd rather you didn't do it." Now, he probably said, "Well, fine, and fair enough. I take on board what you're saying." Now, I'm not saying he said this. I'm kind of surmising. I'm guessing here. I'm just gonna let's tease it out. Let's go with the logic. He probably said to them something along the lines, "Listen, I get you. I get where you're going with this whole thing, but I'm not breaking the law." They said, "No, Colm, you're not breaking the law. No, we can't say you are, because you aren't. You're not. You're totally within the law. Now, we think it's not in keeping with the spirit of the law." And here's the thing. We'd like you to stop. Now, we can't make you stop, but we'd really like you to stop. And whatever was said, and I don't know what was said or what wasn't said, but whatever was said made Colm, the rebel, come to the conclusion on mature reflection that, yeah, maybe I should just not do this anymore. Now you can draw from that whatever conclusions you may. I know I have. Yeah. But it was a damn good run, and the rebel spirit is still alive, well and kicking in County Cork.